Hello everybody, today is Monday, June 21st, and this is your Zone 3B garden update. So my little squash garden over here is turning out pretty good. First go at it, well there's some watermelon in here too, but who knows what's going to happen with them, they never really grow. So this was where my old compost pile was, and I've been getting a lot of tomatoes, and one thing I'm really excited about volunteering here is these dill. I'm surprised, I don't know where the dill came from out of the compost. It's really bizarre to me, but they're here and they're growing, and I'm going to let them grow. I've been plucking the tomatoes and all the weeds and stuff out of here, so should be some good squash in this little area. It's actually not that little, but it's cool. Happy about it. I've got some beans finally popping out here. It's been taking forever. I don't know why it's taking so long for these guys, but they're finally, just a handful. But, and there's a few different kinds. So I've got some more over here on this little shed. They're actually coming up a lot better. I think these ones here are the asparagus beans that I love. They're amazing. My mom sent me a bunch. So whip it right around here to the corn patch, which has been getting quite a bit of wind. They got blown down one direction, and then all night last night we had like 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and they got laid down the other direction. So I went through and kind of propped them back up, and hopefully they do all right. Kind of a bummer. The red cabbage in here is doing excellent. Question is what am I going to put in here once I harvest these, because they'll be open up a whole garden bed overnight for some short-term. It's possible I could throw broccoli in here afterwards, or maybe even cauliflower. It's like the season here, it goes from below freezing to 80s like instantly. And all the cauliflower, I think maybe one or two heads in all the years I've gardened up here. But it's been like 7 years now, and one or two heads of cauliflower. For some reason they haven't engineered cauliflower yet to be bolt resistant that I've seen. If anyone knows of any that is, I'd be happy to hear it. But broccoli does really good. It's pretty much bolt resistant. A couple different types, and the cauliflower though is not there. So if it's starting to cool down enough, I could put cauliflower in here, but most likely it's going to be like a broccoli or a lettuce or something. I don't know. This grow bag of onions that I planted is really hooking me up. They take so long to grow, and I won't have red onions for who knows how long, but this is getting me through. My wife is happy that we've got it. Oh yeah, and I was gonna plant these bitter melon here, and my wife bought a bunch of seeds online, and I have not been able to get these things to germinate. Like, I think she must have got about 50 seeds, and I've literally planted every single one of them. I've soaked them, I've scuffed them, I've nail clipped them, like all the directions say, and no go. I haven't got one to germinate. It's just crazy. So I ended up planting cucumbers in there, and they are not up yet. It was just a few days ago. But luckily, all my peppers here are really coming back with a vengeance. They look amazing, actually. I mean, these already look as good as my other peppers did last year at the end of the year, and these still have, 2.5 months to grow. These little guys here, freaking stupid grasshoppers, man. They're just pretty much wiping everything out. There it is. But anyway, yeah, the peppers are doing good. So, and I've got these planted pretty much everywhere. Just whip it around here and show you the corn on the side of the house is doing good. I planted some marigolds in there for a little bit of color. Here I've got some celery I stuck in a few days ago. I'm surprised how it's greening up already. Well, I'm kind of amazed. It's something to show the kids on how, things can grow. And I already got some strawberries. So yeah, I got corn going all the way around. Marigolds going all the way around. My flower baskets that I've made still haven't really started producing any blooms yet, but there's still plenty of time. So these peppers here were pretty much the bad bunch at the end that got beaten up by the ice and cold and frozen weather that we've got here. And I didn't have a whole lot of hope for them. Even this one here is probably, well, I mean, it's actually making leaves again. I mean, this thing is a survivor. So, and this one here too was real bad, and this one's coming back. I mean, this one, there's really only one old leaf on it. So hopefully these just explode. And the cucumbers, it was so hot there, and then it's just been cooling back down, and now these cucumbers aren't liking it at all. My zucchini that I planted here, some of it, like the black beauties, I put in a little bit late. There's only 2 up right now. I should have a couple more in here. I don't know why they're taking so long. This is my second time with okra. This time I planted a bunch more. Very unlikely that it's going to grow, but I'm trying anyway for my wife. And then eggplant and Asian eggplant and habaneros. So I just put these in today. They're still just little guys, but I'll make some nice habanero salsa, some habanero jam. It's gonna be pretty exciting. And my tomatoes are finally starting to get green and grow. I think it really helped me putting all this compost in here. But, the downside of this spot is it's really only from like about where this tree is down that gets really good sun. The rest of it gets really shaded out. And on top of it, I planted a bunch of peas along, so they're taking sun. Uh-huh. And here's some potatoes. And And they're gonna start blooming here pretty soon. Last year, about this time when they got this big, because last year was my first time growing potatoes, they all fell down, and this time I'm just kind of holding off watering them too much. I think that might have been part of the problem. I started a new compost bin, and I got the idea just to put it where I needed it instead of trying to stash it in a corner somewhere, but I see there's things already getting in there, probably the neighbor's cats. I got some more peppers here. Same thing last year, I planted peas along this fence line and they just really didn't do good, so I loaded it up with compost, and it's kind of the same thing. I mean, these look a lot better than they did last year. Last year they were all yellow and stuff, but you know, these ones do look a lot better, but really sparse. I mean, I loaded them in here, so I don't understand it myself. Whatever. All the rhubarb is coming in good. I planted some from a friend gave me a big one. That's the one to the left there, and then the other ones were just rhizome roots or whatever that I ordered, and they're doing okay. Raspberries taking off. I'm hoping that this is actually, if you look down here, there's this root, which is the very original. There's this one that came up last year, which should be the fruit bearing. And then this new green one here will be the cane that produces next year. I think that's how it works. And then these ones over here, I think, are just wild ones that just happen to be coming up, because these things come up everywhere. But this main bunch here should be like the good ones and not these stinky little wild ones that never actually bloom. Mushrooms have been really producing since I moved them around. It's amazing. So much that I can't keep up with it, so I've just been kind of letting them be. Animals are getting to them. Here's some golden oysters coming out. Those will be good. I see there's a couple other clusters like that. But yeah, I'm really happy I moved these around, because now they're actually producing good. It's amazing. I got some blueberries here. And something keeps going after them. This little dinker here got split somehow. And these bigger ones are doing all right. A little cabbage patch here. Addie, don't pull them up. Just break it off. Break off the green part, okay? I'll show you. No. Don't tear it up like that. You just take it like this. See?
Oh. But Mama's doing the circle onion.
I'll talk to Mommy. Just leave it, okay?
Look.
I'm making a video right now. You say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Tell Mama I'll deal with the onions. Onions. Lots of onions. Napa cabbage is actually really doing well, despite being just ripped apart by these little black beetles. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here. I tore out my radishes because they were these fancy radishes of some sort. They weren't like just plain old cherry bells or nothing. And I noticed the same thing up at the farm. I planted the same radishes, and they're all just completely bolted with not but a little nub of a radish at the end, because we've had so much heat. Lettuce is about ready to be harvested, and I'll just keep filling this with lettuce. I've got a bunch coming up that I can transplant. Carrots and beets here. And yeah, so this area where I had a bunch of cauliflower and broccoli mixed together, of course, all the cauliflower bolted out on me, so I've been ripping a lot of it out. I see, like here's another one that's bolted. Here's a broccoli that's making a crown. Another one there. So the broccoli's doing really well. In my little annual garden here that I got, the sunflowers are getting nice and tall. Marigold, celosia, red amaranth, cosmos, dianthus, I think. There's a peonies, or peony. Some other ones. I just forget all the names. There's so many. I'm excited for this to actually start coming, making flowers. That's the whole point. But yeah, and then strawberries, which are producing nice.
Keep twisting, keep twisting. Then let go.
Ba-dum,
Let go.
ba-dum,
And then keep twisting, keep twisting.
ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Have another me.
Here.
Yummy.
All right, well, I guess that's about it,
Daddy.
ladies and gentlemen. Y'all take care.
Put
See
my
ya.
shoes on.